Hello, welcome to Be Inspired with the Amber. I am so sorry I haven't been on for quite some time. I haven't been doing well. I'm not at the best health or optimum. I was having problems with the dentist going back and forth. Um, Today was the last day that I went to that one dentist. Hopefully, I will be changing hands with another dentist. We'll talk about that one later. But sometimes in a profession, one has to be careful, or one has to focus on the patients and the patient, and not focus so much on the money. There are some doctors that you do charge money, but when you're so focused on it, you don't do a good job. You don't do a good job, or you may have some good things about your work, but basically it's not really work done from compassion, with compassion. And I've had experiences with better dentists, so that's why I know. All in all, in that area, it hasn't been easy for me. So spiritual warfare, I would say, bunch of things happening left and right. It's like getting punched on one end to another. Something else happened, another thing happens, and then with work, I had to miss work today. And you have to work if you're going to get paid. Although I'm still working for the 3D matrix, regardless if I'm working remote. All in all, as you see, I am a bit sleepy, but I will be using the pendulum today. As for so much that's been happening, right? And today, when I was walking my dog, I was so happy to see. I saw a little butterfly, beautiful, like little tiny monarch butterfly, small little one, and she just flew right by me, like she wanted to probably land on my finger or something. And then I kept walking because I was walking my little girl, my dog, and then all of a sudden, as I just put the camera on her, a ladybug landed right on top. And I haven't had that happen in a very long time. I was so happy to see that. And that generally means that luck will change, or basically there are better circumstances coming for me and for our world. So, I want to share something with you guys. This was probably 3 weeks ago. Generally, my dog acts like my guard dog. She acts like my guard dog. So, say for instance, if a spirit came to visit me, she's gonna bark if she's still up, right? So, one morning, I believe this was about 3 weeks, probably 4 weeks. I'm not sure exactly, probably 3 weeks. I was awakened by the sound of her bark. So about three something in the morning. Generally that's when the ghouls come out, or basically the consciousness with no avatar. Because we too will be ghouls if we don't once we don't have no avatar, but we are light beings at the same time. So I'm just joking with that one. So, anyways, so what happened was that she went running directly to the living room. And, I turned on the kitchen light and I followed her through. And the living room was off, but then I followed her because I was probably not half asleep, but probably not all my spirit came down into my body, right? Because I woke up really fast. So all of a sudden, I see like a ball of light go right through the TV. Oh, it made a sound like whoosh. I was like, wow. It looks like probably my dog, yes, was awakened by um, an apparition, or probably by an alien. I mean, we never know, right? It could have been my dad as well. It could have been my dad that was probably that probably was around visiting, you know. It could have been him as well. But that didn't shock me because I was kind of tired, so I didn't really think much of it. But I was like, wow, I wonder what that is. Because basically, when you wake up really fast, your spirit, your whole spirit is not in your body, so you always have to kind of pull yourself together and unwind before. But then again, I went back to sleep. Speaking of that, I'm a little sleepy right now. So, what I want to do is, since we've been having this crazy, hazy, smoky weather, and I know this is being done, a lot of uh, other truthers and communities in their community talk about that we already won. I mean, Yeshua or God in the lighter version. Uh, the light beings, we've already won. So basically, everything that is being controlled by the more of the good guys, okay? But the good guys are trying to awaken up the ones that are not able to see. And sometimes I'm like, just let's get the show on the road and let's not wait for them to wake up, just believe. People need to believe instead of we having to wait for them. All in all, for that, I want to use the singing bowl for the frequencies so we can bring up our frequencies, okay? Even though we're super sleepy like I am, but I wanted to come on because I felt a need to do that. I haven't been on for such a long time, and I was like, wow, I haven't been on for such a long time, and that is not right. But because of things that I've been going through, and then because I work a full-time job and I do other stuff, I get a little lazy or tired, basically, to come on. It takes a lot of energy to chat sometimes, for me. It takes a lot of energy. But speaking of the smoky air, I was kind of upset, because I didn't go out actually. Since I work remote, I don't have to go out, but it did affect me with headaches and all that. And a lot of other people were also talking about that some of their pets passed away from that type of smell. I mean, it was an awful smell that it was able to seep into your apartment or your homes. And then all of a sudden, it rained. It rained all day. Excuse me. It rained super. I mean, it was super raining. A lot of people here in Chicago, and I'm sure in different parts of the suburbs, their basement was flooded. I just prayed really hard and said, "Dear angels and my fellow extraterrestrials, please protect my basement or the basement, so it won't overflood." Which, thank God, it did not flood. All in all, let's use the singing bowl and let's pray for our city. I'm going to pray for the city. Pray for the city of Chicago. And then I'm going to do one for all over the states and all over the world, right? Hold on one second. Okay. I haven't used the bowl in a bit. was taking place, or I was calling it the infected type of environment, because that's what it felt like. I didn't go outside, and I didn't want to take my dog with me either. I mean, I'm very protective about my dog, just like I was with my children when they were younger. You have to, if you want them to live long. Like today, I made her food. I always, like every 2 weeks, I make her food, and she was having problems as well with her luxating patella, and I got some food for her, missing link, and it has the what is that, the I forgot the name, the missing link. It has the chromium for any type of arthritis. I forgot the name of it, but I'll share it with you. It's all the way in the kitchen, in the cupboard, but I would share that with you next time when I come back on here. Hopefully soon. Hopefully I'll be able to be here more consistently and send you guys healing energy. Because just like sometimes I feel the way I do, I'm pretty sure many of you guys feel that way. And as humans and people, as human beings and people from Earth, we want to raise our frequencies or our vibrations or our condition of life as much as possible, because we want to feel better. We want to, because still there's a lot of people who still are behind and don't understand what's going on in this world. So you want to wake up, especially people here in Chicago. We need to unite. Also, the movie, The Sound of Freedom. Make sure you watch that movie, The Sound of Freedom by Jim Caviezel and Tim Ballard, which is who was a part of the, I believe, the CIA, but with that position, he had to, more or less kind of pretend as far as who he was, etc., etc. But he was a good guy, all in all, he was a good guy. Or rather, he was doing that to rescue the children. All in all, he did it for the love of the children, which is a good cause. And I know the first time I saw, I kind of vibed something a little bit off, but then it's just because, sometimes when you wanted to do something in order to move up, you have to connect with the wrong crowd to move up, But all in all, yeah, so about the haze, today was a beautiful day, and I was like, wow, it's such a beautiful day. There's no haze, so finally went out, got some fresh air, enjoyed every part of it. But did go out too during the haze and did not like it. Did not like it at all. I mean, especially those of us who have asthma, right? We do not like weather like that. Best to stay in, because things are going to change. And currently, right now, we shouldn't worry. The White Hats and the Alliance, they got this. Although more things will happen. And we want to be prepared. But then again, if something happens, will we be prepared? It's like, because a lot of the other ones don't believe, so in order for them to believe, something has to happen, unfortunately. Okay, with that said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the the singing bowl, not the mixing bowl. It's not like I'm going to put some flour and bake a cake, right? Although that does sound good, but not for my teeth, that's for sure. Okay, so I am going to use the singing bowl. Sit down on your lounge chair, my little sweetheart. Take a chill pill. Okay, I'm going to use a singing bowl, and I am going to send some beautiful energy to all the states in America, and for basically, all the states in America, being it the 4th of July, the celebration of Independence Day, as we are, avatars, but we are sovereign beings, right? We're sovereign. We're free. We're supposed to be free, right? From day one. And this is why I love the 4th of July, and a special remembrance of my dad, because his favorite holiday was the 4th of July. So on with it. And this is for everybody in the states of America, because America, I love you. This is where I was born. I was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois. And this is for all the other countries too, especially that are experiencing hard time. This too shall pass. Okay, so that is or was for everywhere in the United States and in different countries. And my heart was really touched by that, because I'm not the only one that wants to be happy. Your neighbor's not the only one that wants to be happy. Everybody is looking for happiness. Sweetheart, lay down on your sofa, on your lounge. Everybody wants to be happy, okay? And yeah, we want to be happy. So we are a sovereign being in this avatar, right? And yeah, celebrate the 4th of July. Think about your independence. Think about what you want to do for the rest of your life, from now to whenever. Okay, so I'm going to use the pendulum. I'm going to use the pendulum, and I'm going to ask some questions. Generally, this means no, okay? This means no. This means no. Going this way means no. This means yes. And then going this way, diagonally this way, means, sweetheart, you go. Oh, wow, she's trying to play security guard now. This means maybe, and this means I don't know. Okay, so yeah, or rephrase. Sometimes it means rephrase. Okay, so what I want to ask was the haze, or the so-called wild, flames, wild fires. Was that really what it was all about? Is that just basically for the sleepers to wake up? Yeah. So that was just being said. Because what would have happened was that, because they were always talking about, oh, Antarctica may melt and all of this stuff. And in reality, there's not supposed to be an Antarctica. That's a made up thing. They're not supposed to have, real hot weather like in the desert. I mean, but the reason why we have that is because it was manipulated. The weather has been manipulated for so long, for 850 years. And that's why, all of this craziness, with weather is like that. But I think weather may be adjusting itself. Okay, so that's one other question. that I'm going to ask. And I don't know if I asked it before, but hey, let me ask that question. Sweetie, go sit over there. Oh, she's giving me a hard time. It's late, but I just wanted to come on. Okay. The question was, I forgot the question that I asked her. Okay. Okay, let's see if I can remember the question that I just asked. Hold on. What was the question that I asked before my dog rubbed herself on my leg? The question was, okay. All right. Let's ask another question then, because she threw me off. Okay. Remember when I was talking about living in the dome with that blue ice over us? Okay, and the blue ice was over us for 1,000 years. Therefore, Antarctica, also, with something similar around it and more man-made, because in reality, we're supposed to have temperate weather. So the blue ice can disintegrate only with the solar flares. So currently right now, they've already said that the blue ice, or that we're no longer in a dome. Let's ask that question. Is planet Earth still, okay, let's ask this one. Was it in a dome? Was planet Earth in a dome? It's saying yes. Okay, stop. First of all, is this my higher being for my highest good? It said yes. I should ask that all the time. Okay, stop. I'm going to ask you a question once again. Was planet Earth underneath the dome for 1,000 years? It says yes. Sweetie, go night-night. Go night-night till I finish, okay? My little sweetheart, my little Lundy. Okay. I'm going to ask another question. Are we out of the dome? Is planet Earth out of the dome? Yes. Okay. Did the dome recently disintegrated? No. Did it disintegrate last month? Did it disintegrate in May? Sometime in May. So we don't have a dome, which basically means that's why you're seeing like different creatures kind of appear in the sand, and more squid monsters will appear. And when you go on a boat trip or in the carnival cruisers, whatever, you have to be careful, because all of a sudden you could have those big squid monsters that'll flip over the ship, the cruise ship. I've never been a fan of those cruise ships anyways, because so much craziness has happened in those ships. All in all, okay. All right. Show me yes. Show me no. Am I speaking truth about living out of the dome? Yes. So what happens is the reason why, like I said, other mammals will be swimming in the water is because there's a continent. Okay, there's more continents. You got Tartaria, you got us, which is humanity. But we're like right there in the little corner where the dome used to be. And then you got the fairies, you got the dragons, you got Tartaria, right? And you got us. And some people may say, what? Fairies? They exist. I mean, no joke. They do exist. Fairies do exist. So do um, elves, and so do dragons, and so do the Tartarians. Tartarians are like 1,000 years ahead of us. They're 1,000 years ahead of us. If you kind of research on the old world and Tartaria, and you see that some were really huge, okay, some were really huge, giants, like 36, 40 feet. That too existed. I mean, and then you see, some were like probably 19 feet. Oh, if we were ever to go to Tartaria, we'll be able to see that if it happens in this lifetime, when we're able to visit them and learn how to fly cars, because Tartaria, uh, they fly car in Tartaria. That's basically on the Earth surface. We're not talking about the inner Earth. Inner Earth has a different uh, living situation there. Then you got the lower Earth, where the ETs were fighting because they wanted to take control. But currently, right now, I believe one of the the truthers talked about New Zealand and I believe Iceland. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm sleepy, but I says if I don't come on today, then I won't break the ice. And since my tooth, you know, back of my molar, what happened was I was crunching on some nuts and my teeth from the back cracked. I was like, oh shit, excuse me. So I'm like, I have to get this fixed, but the dentist has taken so long. She's overpriced me. It's ridiculous. It's a shame. But all in all, I'm trying not to think about it right now. My mouth is still a little sore. You know, it makes me not want to eat anything basically. But at the same time, I do eat because I love food. I like to eat. Not love to eat. I love the taste, especially of my cooking. Yes, so all in all, I'm going to ask a few more questions about what's going on, okay? Because a lot of people didn't like what was going on with the air. And and when you don't have other truthers probably talking on what's going on, it helps when other truthers also talk about situations that are happening, because then you can meditate about it, you can do your own research, you can kind of like, have that inner knowing if it's true or not. You can use your pendulum and you can find out on your own. All in all, okay, I'm going to ask another question to the pendulum. Will we have a devastating effect? Said yes. Okay. And this is what I picked up years ago. I probably picked this up like 23. Oh my God. 23 years ago, I picked up. It seemed like it was like terrorist kind of groups were doing this, because I didn't see a face, but I envisioned the buildings falling in Chicago. And I was like, oh my God, with flames and everything. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen. That would be devastating, which is why I'm staying away from subways, from subways and places that are too connected. Subways. Now, if I can take a bus there, I can walk, I'm okay with that. I'm okay. But anything can happen anywhere, right? Uh-huh. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. Believe me, the water is delicious when you need it. When you really need the water, you don't want to dose yourself in drinking too much water either. Okay, so I don't want to say when is it going to happen, when is the event going to happen. But I'm going to try and see, when is the event going to happen? That so-called event, the Great Awakening. Okay, is it going to happen this month? I said no. Is it going to happen in August? September? October? November? Probably December. But December would be too overwhelming because people, they celebrate the holidays. I mean, although many people do not want to celebrate the holidays because of so many things that happen in reality during the holidays that were taking place, a lot of nefarious crimes against humanity. And the children are the main focus here because they are the future. They are the future, and we have to focus on that. When please go watch The Sound of Freedom. Go watch The Sound of Freedom. That movie will open your eyes to see what has gone on all over America and in other countries, because here in America they had more greater population with that, the whole trade deal, unfortunately. And so now we must, as adults, we must come stronger than ever to save our children and some of the young people too who were hurt, and some who didn't make it, and some who did, Also, so much has happened as well with, aliens, and that one spaceship that landed in Nevada. One of the truthers, or not truthers, but who does esoteric readings, kind of projected on what the alien being said, that they weren't there to do harm. It's just something that happened. It's like if you're driving and you have a little accident. Hey, they have their ship. They had an accident. I mean, it can happen to anybody. And then now more so that we no longer have the dome over us. So it's easy to go from one portal to the next, is what I'm thinking. Right? It's easy to come through, and probably Earth seemed like a nice spot to crash in, but it seemed like not today, but you don't want to judge anybody regardless if they're from certain planets, although I always say it'd be nice if my ancestry was from the Pleiadians. Although if it was from any other planet, I'm okay with that too. But all in all, I will come on real soon, probably this week sometime. Tomorrow is the 4th of July. I just wanted to say, my country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty. Of thee I sing, land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. I am so sleepy. I've been sleeping all day, and excuse me, and then I have a pain on the side of my tooth, so I'm not the best singer right now. I got to get on all of that. Soon, I want to dance a little bit for you too, But currently right now, just coming in and saying hello to you guys. And I love you, and I hope you're doing well. Take care. If you're going to have a little drink tomorrow, just have one or two. Don't overindulge. But if you're going to do some barbecue, invite me, please. All right. Thank you very much. Love you guys. Have a good 4th of July. Signing off as I am sleeping. D'Amber, your Puerto Rican mommy with a sprinkle of French. Bye for now.